Hello, James McHale with ABC News Early Edition. Police have made more arrests in relation to last week's fatal shooting outside the New South Wales Police headquarters in Western Sydney. 200 people were involved in raids on 4 properties early this morning. For more, we're joined live by Anne Barker, who is at police headquarters in Parramatta. Now, Anne, just take us through the day's events and what we know at this stage about the men arrested.
Sure. James, as you said, there were 200 police involved in today's raids, which happened around 6 a.m. in Sydney. Now, 5 men were arrested. One of those men was apparently arrested and not detained on issues to do with fraud or identity fraud. Now, he was not connected with the shooting that happened here on Friday. 4 of the men, in fact, they say were directly connected to that shooting. 2 of them, in fact, are either a current student at the Arthur Phillip High School, and one was a former student, which is the same school, of course, that Farad Jabbar, the 15-year-old boy who shot a police employee, Curtis Cheng, last Friday. They all went to that same school. That's the same school, of course, as another 17-year-old boy who was arrested yesterday. We don't know his name, but he was also charged. 3 of the men arrested today also were connected with the big terror raids that happened a year ago, which you may remember were described at the time as the biggest counter-terrorism raids in Australian history. They were sparked when one of the Australians who was fighting with Islamic State in Syria and who's since died, Muhammad Ali Barialai, he allegedly rang a man here in Parramatta, Omarjan Bazari, who is in jail, in fact, on charges of conspiracy. And he ordered this man to direct the killing of a random member of the public. So there's quite a web there that's being described, and quite a lot of linkages, if you like, both at school and outside of the school. Now, the Deputy Commissioner of the Australian Federal Police, Neil Vaughan, talked about the heightened sense of risk, if you like, in Australia.
We are in an unprecedented time of operational tempo. It is not going to slow down in the foreseeable future. The threat level remains high for a reason, and that is a terrorist attack is likely, and we will not see that change in the foreseeable future.
And what has the state government had to say about today's events?
Yes, the New South Wales Premier Mike Baird also addressed the media this morning, briefly in Sydney. Now, he said that he's open to the idea of giving police extra powers, and he also talked about the new risks, if you like, that are emerging in Sydney particularly.
We need to understand that we are in a new world. The risks that are emerging are new. We have to adapt to them. We have to respond. And we will. But certainly, my strong assurance to the people of New South Wales is that our schools are safe.
Now, Anne, yesterday police arrested the schoolboy who went to the same school as the shooter. You mentioned he was charged after posting those comments about police on social media. What was he charged with?
That's right. He was arrested only about 100 metres from the school, and in fact he was charged with intimidating police, assault and 2 counts of resisting arrest. And they did relate partly to his Facebook posts, as you mentioned, but also in relation to the way he dealt with the police yesterday when they stopped him in the street.
Anne Barker in Western Sydney, thank you.